Hello everybody and welcome to Art at Home. I'm glad you guys are able to participate in art class while we're at home. Today we're going to talk about making a project called Illuminated Letters. So we're going to talk about what illuminated letters are, what that means, and how you can make one for yourself that's going to tell a story about you. So we're going to go over the objectives and the project, and by the end we'll have something kind of like this. So this is what we're learning about this week. So the objectives for this week are that students will create art that shows their identity, and students will create art with symbols. So what are illuminated letters? Illuminated letters are letters that tell stories. When we're reading a storybook, the first letter of the book is decorated to give you information about the story you're about to read. So this picture here is a picture from a storybook that gives us some information about what the book is going to be about. So take a look at this picture. What are some of the things you see in this picture? What information is in this picture? What do you think this story is about? All of this is information that we learn looking at the symbols in this illuminated letter. So for our project, we're going to create illuminated letters that are about you. So this is one that I made about me, where I thought about myself and things that I like and things that I enjoy, and I created symbols to represent all of those things, and I decorated my illuminated letter here in this way to make a letter for me, Miss Collier. So your project is that you are going to create your own illuminated letter to be about you. The first thing that you need to do is to create a list of 10 important things that are about you. This can be things that you love, places you like to go, things you like to do, things you want to be, anything that you think is important about you. You need to create a list of all 10. I wrote my list down here on a piece of paper. You can do that too. Also, in the Google Classroom, I need you to submit your list of 10 things that is about you. So I need to collect that from everyone in the Google Classroom. After you have your list of 10 things, you need to choose 5 of those 10 to create symbols. A symbol is a picture that has a meaning. So I chose 5 things about me, and I created a picture that means them. So for number 3, I said that I go to Suitland Elementary School. I thought about a picture that means Suitland Elementary School, and I decided a panther paw means Suitland Elementary School. So you're going to choose 5 of the things on your list and create 5 pictures that mean those things. So now it's time to draw my letter. I started out by drawing this big block letter R to be my illuminated letter. I'm drawing this on a cardboard cereal box. So if you have cereal boxes at home, you can draw on that. If you have paper at home, you can draw on that. Any surface you have, you can use it to draw on. Okay, so this is my 3D letter that I started drawing. I made my letter nice and big. I attached a video to teach you all how to draw letters like this if you need help. So this is a nice big letter, and now I'm going to start adding my symbols into it. So I think I'm going to start with symbol number 4 right here, and I'm going to start by looking down here at the bottom of my R, and I'm just going to add in some nice flowers growing up right there. Okay, so I've got one of my symbols in. I'm going to go back and add in at least 5 symbols, and then I'll show you what I made. Okay, so these are my 5 symbols here that I chose, and I added all 5 of my symbols into my picture. I've got one for flowers, chocolate, the beach, Suitland Elementary School, and Harry Potter. So now it's time to think about how I want to finish up my artwork with my coloring skills. Now we want to make sure we're aiming for level 4 or 5 coloring skills, but there's a lot of different ways we can do that. So I'm going to look at this chocolate kiss. And I know that Hershey chocolate kisses are silver on the outside, and so is my pencil. So if I have a pencil, I can do level 4 coloring just with my pencil. So if I'm using a pencil and I push down hard like this, I might get a dark gray. If I push down really hard on my color pencil, I might get almost like a black. And if I push really, really lightly, so it's barely touching the cardboard at all, I get a nice light gray. So I think I'm gonna use that light gray to color in this. But if you're just using a pencil, you can get level 4 coloring a lot of different ways. Either a light gray, a dark gray, or black, depending on if you push really hard on the pencil or if you just push lightly on the pencil. So you have some choices if you're just using a pencil. Alright, so I've got some level 4 coloring on this Hershey Kiss. I'm going to make it level 5 coloring just by mixing in a little bit of dark gray, like maybe there's a shadow on my Hershey Kiss, and there's a dark, dark shadow down here on the bottom. So that's level 4 and 5 coloring if I'm just using a pencil. So maybe in your house you have one of these where you've got a pen and you're going to do your coloring with a pen, and that's fine. You can get level 4 coloring with a pen by coloring it in all the way like this, or you've got level 4 coloring, nice deep black coloring, and you're just using a pen. Another way to get level 4 coloring is different, and that's if we're going to fill it up by using a pattern. So maybe instead of coloring it all the way, I'm going to neatly add in a pattern. So I'm going to add in this line pattern here. Now even though I have gaps and I can see the cardboard through this, it's still a neat pattern, so this counts as level 4 coloring. I have this neat pattern, I'm careful, I'm staying inside the lines, I'm using good craftsmanship. Even though there's gaps, this is going to count as level 4 coloring. Maybe instead for this one I want to do a polka dot pattern, so I'm going to just add in polka dots. And if I'm being neat and careful in adding in a pattern, I can still get level 4 coloring and level 5 coloring just with my pen. So if you have a pen at home, you can fill up your drawing like this. Now pens, if you're really careful, you can even draw different colors. So I have this dark black color here. I'm gonna see if I can just push not so hard on my pen, and maybe it'll make a gray color. So there's different ways you can get level 4 coloring just with a pen, if this is what you're gonna use at home. I'm going to fill in the sides just to make sure it's nice and neat and I don't have gaps around the sides. That's important. There you go. So you can use just a pen for getting your level 4 and 5 coloring. You can use just a pencil for getting your level 4 or 5 coloring. If you do have something at home like these, you've got crayons to color with, that's perfectly fine too. I think we already know how to get level 4 and 5 coloring from our crayons. So right here we've got some artwork made with crayons where I have level 4 coloring here and here, where I colored it neatly green and I colored neatly orange to make level 4 coloring. And down here I have level 5 where it's neat, and also I mixed my own colors together where I mixed the brown and the purple and the black, all to make my own new kind of dirt color. This is my finished illuminated letter that has my symbols that represent me all around it. I drew this using pencils and pen and crayons. If you have something else at home, like color pencils or markers or something even new that I didn't talk about, and you want to use that to add coloring into your artwork, feel free to do that. This is just one example of how I got level 4 and 5 coloring here in my work of art. So that is our project about illuminated letters. I am excited to see what your letters are going to turn out like. And remember that you need to upload everything to me by Thursday, April 23rd. So you need your Google form that has your 10 things about you, and you need to upload your picture of your finished project by Thursday, April 23rd. I need them by that day, and I can't wait to see them. Have a great time making art.